I started conversing with Swedes active on social media about a year ago and realized that I had a lot of things in common with in terms of interest in social media marketing, how it applies to e-commerce, etc. And one of them was Sarah that runs this great event that I started tweeting, and we started Skyping, and then she invited me to serve on the panel here.
So how has that work been for you so far?
Oh, it's stressful to start directly after a flight, stepping up in front of 1,000 people, but it's fun as well because I think there's a lot of innovative things going on in Scandinavia, and I'm eager to learn myself from the speakers. Even though I teach social media, I don't claim to know it all, and I'm picking up on trends, interesting companies that have international appeal as well. So that has been fantastic. I think that if I have to pick one, I think Jan Carlson was a brilliant secret guest because even though he's not part of the social media generation, he represents the true social business that he tried to implement in the 1980s with Scandinavian allies. And now you can see that that is something that companies are trying to do using social media as well, how to involve people, delegate authority, respond to concerns, and have a front line of employees that respond to consumer concerns and solve the problem on the spot. In terms of starting your own web shop, there is no excuse to not do it yourself. So I want to start one tonight. With this, just the tools available are phenomenal. Of course, that will also mean that more people will start a business that shouldn't start a business, but the beauty of it is that the cost will be so low, so that they're not risking much in the process. And I think it's a good opportunity for young people to take some entrepreneurial risk, but a small one, and experiment and see what takes off and then run with it if there's some traction. I talked to some of the people here because I'm obviously curious myself what they get out of it, what they want to hear, and I think there is value for networking purposes, and I'm fascinated by how people are feeling like it's almost like a camaraderie, even though many of these are competitors. But since e-commerce is still in the embryonic phase of 5% of overall retail in Sweden, it seems like they're in the same boat. We want to change this, and we share experiences of how it is being done. And they certainly get some inspiration from the talks on the stage as well. I can see the people are taking notes, and the only downside is, of course, you can only get that much in 15 minutes, and many of these speeches, people tweet, say they wanted to hear more questions from the panel, etc., and I understand that, and I respect that, and I think there is a forum for maybe more specialized seminars as well in some of these categories, but for a 2-day event, there is only that much you can do. I see different things popping up, some come and go, and Groupon of course spread like wildfire across the world. I'm not a fan personally, but I can see why there is a segment for that. But then you have these subscription shopping sites like Shoe Dazzle, where you get a monthly suggestion of a pair of stylish shoes that fits your perfect profile, and I think that will be applicable in many other categories where you proactively suggest products that will fit your unique experiences of buying shoes before, or your preferences that you expressed, what kind of styles you like, and I think that will spread here as well. Maybe not for the mass market, but for a significant segment. Something from here, e-commerce, I think Klarna, we don't see global yet, but it's fascinating to witness the early stages of such an innovative payment solutions provider that can do much more in the end, given the type of platform they have. And it will be extremely exciting to follow them and talking to them and visit them and see if they can make it in the US, Europe, and elsewhere in a bigger scale. If you look historically, we had some early movers, and we had Johan Stelf and Holstein here, and Sweden was rather early, but maybe too early. Some of them should have maybe kept going, and in spite of the dot-com bubble, like Johan Stelf and Holstein said. And I think now time is ripe for Swedes to take a bigger share of the pie. And the benefit of Sweden is that it's a small market, so many more companies are forced to think international day one. That's a benefit, or it's a downside as well. But if you come from a bigger market, maybe you're thinking locally too long, so you're localizing your offering language-wise and product-wise, and not thinking about taking the step across the border. So I think it's a huge advantage for some Scandinavian businesses. I think there will be an opportunity, like I said, with people that are highly trained and open to internationalization is critical, because the world is truly becoming flatter every day, both for e-commerce and social media. And I think Swedes have an understanding of social media that is fitting quite nicely with e-commerce. The beauty with social media is that you're not actually pushing necessarily information onto people like blasting advertising, but you can put information up there for people that are interested. So having a blog, for example, like some of the speakers talked about, is an opportunity for customers that want to can learn more, or on the Facebook page, etc. But it's voluntary. Some people may just want to go to the site and shop, and that's fine too. And I think that's some of these companies are well positioned to go international